In this video, we will discuss about some of the characteristic of epithelial and mesenchymal types of cells. So, the cells that are shown here, that is uh, marked, that is shown by this pointer, are the epithelial cells, and there is a zoom view of the there is a zoom view between two epithelial cells is shown at the top left corner, and we can see that there are several interaction that occurs that keeps the cells intact in its position. Some of the interactions that are mentioned here are this tight junctions, uh, adherence junction, and this desmosome and gap junctions. So all these junctions are usually found in the epithelial cells, and this interaction occurs between the epithelial cells with its neighboring cells, and also to the extracellular matrix. So, and what are the key components that take place or that helps in this cells interaction is this actins and scramble complex, per complex, and crumble complex. So this complex helps in the cell interactions, and these complex are uh, also found in the case of epithelial cells. Now let us understand how this thing changes when the cell acquire this mesenchymal type characteristics, and these things usually occurs when the cell or the tumor reaches to its metastatic state. So what happens in the case of mesenchymal cells is this actin fiber which is present in its, which is condensed in the case of epithelial cells, are now stretched in the case of mesenchymal cells because of the stretching capability of this mesenchymal cells. And this, and simultaneously this we can also see additional components such as this vimentin, and all this stretch is observed because of the migration properties of the mesenchymal cells. And some of the major changes that occurs when the cells move from epithelials to mesenchymal like characteristics are mentioned in the center, that we can see here. This cell interaction get reduced. So this is just a common sense. As this interaction gets reduced, then only the cells will acquire more migration like properties. And also another major the things that shown here that observe is this cytoskeleton remodeling. The cytoskeletons is the cytoskeletons are usually found in the cytosols of the cells, and with this when the cells change its phenotype or morphology of the cells change when from the epithelial to mesenchymal. So one of the things that get changed along with it is this cytoskeletal remodeling, as the because of the change in the morphology of this epithelial and mesenchymal cells, the cytoskeletons will also get adjusted to its changed phenotype. And there is also some intermediate state between epithelial to mesenchymal that are shown here, which is known as epithelial mesenchymal intermediate state. So in this case the actins filament are in the intermediate stage between the epithelial cells condensed stage, and also between this actin stretched mesenchymal and between this stretch condition of actin in the mesenchymal cells. So that we can see here, these actins filaments are in the intermediary stage, and also during this intermediary stage the integrin contacts are still there. So that helps the cells to remain in its intact position. However, compared to this epithelial conditions, the forces are quite low. And after that what happens with time, this integrin forces get reduced, that can be seen here. And this stage is more close to the mesenchymal like stage. And when the cells completely acquires the mesenchymal properties, these integrin forces will completely get reduced or will completely fade off, and the cells now acquire the migration like properties to move from one part of the organs or one part of the body to another part of the body. So is that's in general how the metastatic tumors migrate, how the metastatic how the properties within the metastatic tumor changes when it move from one part of the body to another part, or from one organ, from its primary organ it moves to the secondary organ. So I hope you got just a basic idea about epithelial and mesenchymal characteristic, and what are some of the forces that plays a role towards this epithelials, towards keeping the cells in epithelial like characteristic, and uh, when they acquire the mesenchymal like characteristics, how these forces get changed during the process. If you need to understand this uh, properties of the cells in this epithelial and mesenchymal state, you can go through the reference that has been provided in the description. That's all for this video. Thank you for your time.